Jacksonville Sheriff's Office. This afternoon I'm going to give you a little update on an arrest that we made from a murder from May of this year. On May 29th at 11:45 p.m., 29-year-old Rodney Stone, who had a last known address of 451 Catherine Street, he was killed at the 2000 block of Olivia Street, which is actually the north end of Phillips Highway as it goes towards I-95 north. If you recall from that night, there was a vehicle which crashed into a power pole. That vehicle careened off the power pole, came to rest next to a house at 2000 block of Olivia Street. We had an eyewitness who saw that crash, saw an occupant from the vehicle that crashed exit that car and get into a pickup truck. That pickup truck got up on 95. They called in that description to 911. They actually had a partial tag number of that truck, and that information was broadcast to officers throughout the city. I'd like to point out again, here's another example that we have of citizen involvement. Somebody who saw something and acted. At the time that they knew it, it was simply a crash, maybe a hit and run, but they stood up, got involved, made the call, gave the information that they had. We have that all the time. That's how we solve our murders in many cases. And here's another opportunity where that information was used and led to an arrest in this case. That information was, again, given out to the officers on the street. There was an alert officer who actually up on I-10 at McDuff Avenue saw the vehicle, matched the description, matched the tag, followed it, and went to do a traffic stop. Well, our suspects, probably not familiar with the area, turned down a one-way street that had a dead end. They go to the dead end. The officer makes a traffic stop. After consensual search of that car, inside the pickup truck, there was some blood evidence and there was a .38 handgun. Well, while all this is kind of going on at the same time, officers are getting to the scene over on Olivia Street and realizing it's much more than we have of a hit and run. The occupant of the car, who's actually now in the passenger seat, had gunshot wounds, and it's going to be a murder or was a murder at that point in time. So we took that information. We were able to link the handgun found in that car as well as the blood evidence forensically to the suspects in the case as well as the victim, Rodney Stone. This turns out that it was a drug-related case. The victim in this case was actually going to make contact with these two suspects I'm about to mention and sell them powder cocaine. Everything that we can learn from our investigation since the night of the crash, this was a robbery gone bad that our two suspects, although they were going to buy the drugs from our victim, had intentions of robbing him of either the drugs or the money or both. We've arrested Jamie Meekins. He's a white male, 35 years old. He's been charged with murder and leaving the scene of an accident. And his 40-year-old brother, who was driving the getaway car, he's been charged with accessory after the fact in a capital case. Both of these Meekins brothers are convicted felons. Jamie Meekins has been convicted of burglary, escape, and carrying a concealed firearm. His brother Shane, convicted of drug charges, burglary, prowling, and traffic charges. I can answer a few questions if anybody has any.
If this happened in May, when was he arrested and charged with a murder?
He was arrested and charged this morning.
Why the time delay?
Again, like I mentioned, we have taken this information and forensically linked them. So what we've been waiting on is our forensic evidence to come back with positive confirmation.
Any other questions?
You said that they might not have been familiar with the area. I see one's from Virginia, one's from Jacksonville. Do we know why they were both in Jacksonville?
Not really sure exactly what they were doing. I know they had some intentions of going farther south, and I don't know if they were making a stop along the way for the cocaine, but that's probably somewhere along their way is why they met up, why they were unfamiliar. So some of that is still unknown.
What's the connection between Rodney Stone, who was the victim, right, and then Jamie Meekins? They were the two in the car together, right?
They were the two in the car together. Other than drug dealer customer, not real sure. That's a very dangerous business. Involving yourself in that lifestyle. This is the kind of people that you hang out with. This is the kind of things that does and can happen.
And was it, just to clarify, those two who were going to rob somebody else?
No, they were going to rob Stone.
Okay.
Stone.
So the brothers were?
Correct.
Okay. Any other questions? All right.
Well, who was the drug dealer? Which one was the drug dealer?
The victim, Rodney Stone.
Stone.
All right. Thanks, Chief.
Thanks, guys.